You know, this time of year, we see past the deformities and discrepancies of mankind to our fellow brothers and sisters, and we try the best we can to just be good to them, be neighborly, whether you're a Christian or not. You just try your best to be, well, you just try your best to be a best entity. You just try your best to see the good in people. But today I want to focus on a guy and you probably know where this is going, but I want to focus on a guy who not only did that at Christmas time, but did that all year round. His name is Jesus Christ. You know, this time of year also is, and any time of year really, but this time of year is easy to be filled with some self-righteousness. I mean, some self-righteousness to say, oh, look at that guy, look at the mess he's got himself in, or look at what that guy's doing, I would never do that, or anything, really. But that kind of self-righteousness we can't afford, because, let me tell you who else was like that. The Pharisees. I mean, there's countless times, I mean, just look at the Pharisees and Jesus. When Jesus did perfectly good things, perfectly acceptable things, not acceptable by the Pharisee standards, obviously, but he would do things like heal on the Sabbath and work on the Sabbath day and everything, and eat with sinners, eat with well, the Bible never actually said transvestites, but eat with just the yo to the yo. Eat with people that the Pharisees wouldn't be caught dead with. And that type of self-righteousness leads to narrow-mindedness. And that's something that the Pharisees had in space. You just gotta look at what they saw to the law and everything. The law of Moses specifically. And, oh, we gotta uphold the law of Moses, and the laws we've written also. Don't say we shouldn't really be associated. We shouldn't really associate ourselves with people like that. We shouldn't really do the stuff that you're doing, Jesus. So we're just gonna be over here in our little bubble. You just keep doing what you're doing. We're just gonna plot to kill you. You just keep doing what you're doing. But yeah, that type of narrow-mindedness you can see is something that's the first seen out in space. And that's something that Jesus never had. Because, like I say, he would eat with sinners, he would eat with tax collectors, just the lowest of the low, just folk that didn't really have a good reputation in those days. You say, well, that's great and all for that day, but how did that connect to today? Well, oftentimes, aren't we guilty of maybe displaying the same self-righteousness if we look at a homosexual man or something like that. And I feel like I bring up homosexuality a lot. And I'm sorry for that. I just think it's one of the most relevant things today. But take, for example, if we look at a homosexual couple or anything of depravity that we say, and if you can't say, I'm using air quotes, anything of depravity that we say is the lowest of the low, and we wouldn't be caught dead associating with them, well, that's too bad. Because, you know what? Jesus would. I mean, in modern days, in ancient days, it never says specifically that Jesus associated himself with the homosexual community. I don't know if that was the odd. I know it's Sodom and Gomorrah the odd, but just the Bible doesn't specifically say about Jesus. But anyway, that was a sidetrack. So this time of year, like I say, we try to be our best. And I know some of the nicest people, and even some people I went to school with. I mean, not at Johnson, but I went to high school with, who support stuff like that. And I mean, I'm not saying I do, because I still think the Bible makes it clear of our stance about that. But if we just close off that area completely and say, oh, well, the Bible says this, that, or the other. So we're going to take that to mean we don't associate with them at all. We don't associate with people with depravity. We don't associate with people with sin. That's what the church is. The church is called to be a hospital for sinners, a place where people can feel safe, a place where people not to be judged, but to be shown love and compassion and welcome with open arms. That kind of self-righteousness is a slippery slope because the Pharisees had that in spades, and we risk ourselves becoming modern day Pharisees if we display that kind of closed-mindedness, that kind of narrow-mindedness, that kind of, oh, I'm just not going to associate myself with sin, with anything. And that can be a good thing. I'm not saying it's not a good thing. That can be very wise and very good to do. But as followers of Christ, well, it's in the name, followers of Christ. If we follow Christ, we must follow his example, which was to eat and dine with sinners and tax collectors and all that, which I don't know any tax collectors, but to get my point, just we're called to show love to these disease, not judge them, because I mean it's not that I can see, it never physically says that Jesus judged these people. It's some things that says after Jesus said, go and sin no more, but it never says he flat out rebuked these people for what they done. He just was very understanding, and he you up to Him and everything. That's what we are called to do. That's what the Christmas spirit is all about. The Christmas spirit, Christ spirit in us, even if we don't know it, we're following His example. Guys, I love you. Enjoy the series of Christmas sermons. I know this was 8, but honestly, I didn't really get inspiration from God of what to preach until right now. You'll still get your Monday sermon if all goes well. There'll still be a sermon up Monday, but this is gonna be a series of Christmas sermons. Appropriate for this time of year, but I'm really excited for it. Guys, I love you. God bless you. Have a Merry Christmas. And I'll see you Monday.